The Triton Cobras state run continues. The celebration of their 41-0 win over Hawley in the state semis is over, and it's back to work preparing for the finals. Getting a good balance of offense and defense is, of course, key. The O for the Cobras is there, but their D is just as dangerous. Adam Branstad has more.
It's no secret the Triton Cobras have an extremely dangerous offense, averaging just under 50 points per game. But on the other side of the ball, Triton is just as deadly.
We're there to make big plays, too. I mean, as much as the offense is, we got playmakers on the other side of the ball, too.
And those playmakers have limited their opponents to just under 8 points a game and 5 shutouts, 2 in the state tournament alone.
Obviously, Jake Harmon is a guy that everybody knows, a 4-year starter at linebacker, but Derek Thaden, a 3-year starter at D-tackles, having a great season. Jacob Bucher has done a nice job coming off the end, along with Andrew Santana. Our defensive ends are solid. They contain well. They get in a nice pass rush when needed.
But maybe the most impressive defensive effort of the season came last week. The Howley Nuggets scored 58 points in their quarterfinal game with McRae. They should have saved some because against Triton, they came up with the goose egg.
Shut out a team like that, no matter who it is and where they're from in the state, that's a huge thing for us. That's great for our defense.
But being this dominant isn't in the hands of a few players. It takes the whole unit to work together.
You know, it's a team game. You know, if that end isn't contained and that inside backer isn't going to get tackles, and if your D-backs aren't covering, you know, everything feeds off everything else.
It's pretty simple what we have to do. Each person has their own job, get it done, and this game's pretty easy.
In Dodge Center, Adam Branstad, 6 Sports First.
Friday's finals all set to go. The Prep Bowl will be going on all day on Friday, but this region will, of course, be watching those unbeaten Triton Cobras hook up with Laverne High School at kickoff. He's at 6:30. Those Triton Cobras continue to prepare for Friday's Prep Bowl. Triton will square off against Laverne. The Cardinals turned their season around after starting 0-2, but Triton will be up for Friday's challenge. They have a tough defense to match an equally tough offense. Coach Don Henderson says Laverne isn't some team to take lightly, especially in Friday's title game.
We've got a tough opponent. Obviously, they're tough if they're in a state championship game. It's really not a whole lot we haven't seen before. They showed some unbalanced and some power eye, but other than that, we've seen everything this year.
Well, looking around Cobra camp, you might see a few things that catch your eye. Many of the players have given themselves mohawks for a bit of added motivation. Players say they thought it would be fun to have a new style for the state playoff run and hope it will bring them luck in Friday's final game.
We just decided to do it. Our team was doing well, and we do something as a team.
Whether their mothers approve of those new hairdos. That game Friday at 6:30 p.m. Check your local listing. Cobras continue to prepare for Friday's Prep Bowl. Triton will square off against Laverne. The Cardinals turned their season around after starting off 0-2 rather, but the Triton Cobras will be up for the challenge. They got a pretty good defense to match an equally tough offense. Coach Don Henderson says Laverne isn't some team to take lightly, especially in a title game.
We've got a tough opponent. Obviously, they're tough if they're in a state championship game. It's really not a whole lot we haven't seen before. They showed some unbalanced and some power eye, but other than that, we've seen everything this year.
Friday's finals all set to go. The Prep Bowl will be going on all day long, but of course this region will be paying special attention to the unbeaten Triton Cobras as they hook up with Laverne. Kickoff is at 6:30. Well, finally, to a team that's still alive. Triton features 2 quality backs. Both Caleb Rissman and Bo Quam provide the Cobras with an unstoppable 1-2 punch. In the state semifinal game, the two combined for 280 yards on the ground. High school football fans, buckle up. The Prep Bowl begins tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Our region will be paying special attention to that Class 2A title game when that dominant team from Dodge Center, those Triton Cobras, take the field at 6:30 p.m. against Laverne. Triton received some tough news this week. Running back Bo Quam out with a knee injury. Quam tore his ACL in practice on Tuesday. Doctors say the senior must rehab for the next several months. It's a blow to the Cobras. Quam was part of a dynamic 1-2 punch out of the backfield. Along with junior Caleb Rissman, the pair of runners have notched well over 2,000 yards this season. Rissman will likely handle the bulk of the carries along with senior Jake Harmon. Tomorrow, the Cobras will play their 3rd state title game in school history. The Cobras won it all in '94, and you're looking at video of when they went all the way in 2000. And if they play like they have been in this year's postseason, they will take that title again. Triton has outscored opponents 184-22 in 2 section games and 2 state games this year. This season, 4,000 yards on the ground, 1,000 through the air. Triton is appearing in the state tournament for the 6th time in school history. So it's all set to go tomorrow. Prep Bowl going on all day with all classes checking in. But of course, this region will be watching as unbeaten Triton hooks up with Laverne. Kickoff once again is at 6:30.